Hello, my name is Ray Salazar, and this is Morning Real. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I'm not talking about the Truman Show. Today, I am going to talk about love and basketball. Now, this is the month of love and also Black History Month, so why not mesh the two? It never came across my mind to talk about this movie in particular, but having seen it a couple of times and being featured on the Criterion Collection, to me, that's a big deal. To me, that's worth more than any kind of accolade like Oscars and Golden Globes. If your film makes it to the Criterion Collection, you know your movie works. Love and Basketball came out in the year 2000, which is crazy because it doesn't feel like a 2000 film. And obviously, it's not because it's set, you know, in the past 80s and to the mid 90s and whatnot, or late 90s. But it doesn't feel like it came out in 2000. It's an American romantic sports drama film written and directed by Gina Prince by the Wood. At least that's how it's pronounced. It's her first film, her first directorial debut. Congratulations. This film was actually produced by Spike Lee. Can you believe that? And also Sam Kitt. Production company 40 Acres and the Mule Filmworks. Come on now. As you know, and you know what, man? I want to do a Spike Lee film. I'm probably going to do He Got Game. It's actually my favorite Spike Lee film, at least from the 90s. He has a lot of gems, that man. This film stars Omar Epps, Sana Lathan, Alfred Woodard, and Dennis Haysbert. Cinematography by Reynaldo Villalobos. Edited by Terrellin A. Shropshire, hard to pronounce. Music by Terrence Blanchard or Blanchard. This film was distributed by New Line Cinema. Are they still around? Who knows? This film was actually a box office success. So good on her, man. Good on them. Now, Love and Basketball, to put it simply, is a film about love and basketball. The love and the love for basketball between two people who they meet as children, whom at first they hate, but it's like that typical girl next door or girl or guy next door film where, you know, they grow up together and either they both fall in love or one of them falls in love. Senna Lathan, who plays Monica White McCall, is in love with Omar Epps' character, Quincy McCall, or Q for short, because everybody calls him Q. I call him Q. Now, I'm not going to go too deep on this film. I mean, I should, but I want to keep this short because this is supposed to be a short podcast. I will say I enjoyed this movie so much. Um, just to put it off top, this film has a great script. The casting is good. The acting is good. The dialogue is good. I like this film because these are two people who know, well, at first glance, they know what they want. But as they grow up, you know, as they grow up in high school, as they grow up playing basketball, not only as a hobby or whatnot, but to the point to a professional level or collegiate level, which to me, it's professional because playing in the big screen, you're playing in competitions. Not to say other competitions are as real as collegiate competitions, but competitions that millions of people watch, that they hold brackets for in the month of March, which is also known as March Madness. Either way, I love how this film tackles, you know, the life of a ball player, but it's not just a ball player, it's like your career, and not only your career, like where it takes you, you know. For Monica, it takes her to Spain, away from her family and friends. She got nobody except for teammates. And I mean, to some people, your teammates cannot replace your family or the people that you love. And Q, man, like she's in love with Q. It breaks her heart. Q's the reason why she plays basketball. You know, I mean, before Q, she was already playing basketball, but this guy Q coming into her life just just amped it up. And these people, Q and Monica, they know each other so well that it hurts. You know, we get to see their relationship, we get to see their friendship, we get to see post relationship, and the development of these characters are great, especially when it comes to family as well, because they got to deal with their family. Q has to deal with a dad who is always quote unquote working, either working late or whatnot, but it turns out he's working all right, but he's doing other things. Monica, her family, she's got to deal with her mom, who it's not that she didn't have time for herself, for her career or whatnot, but this woman sacrificed, and in some weird way, Monica took it for granted. And I love the conversations that the families have with each other. You know, these are real things, you know, like it's not just some BS. Things like this do happen, you know. I don't have personal experience with that, but they do happen. You know, it's been said and done all over media by all kinds of artists slash sports icons or whatnot. By the Wood or Gina Prince by the Wood. Is it by the Wood? I don't know. But if it's by the Wood, it's by the Wood. No disrespect. You're a fucking G, Gina. Either way. Overall, this film does a great job like incorporating family values, self-worth values, personal values, and independent values. It works. To me, if I were to have a problem with this film, is really the, I guess, the time setting. Because I mean, I didn't know that this film was a semi autobiographical film or an autobiographical film. I don't know how accurate I am with this statement. Nonetheless, um, like when you watch it, because I watched it, right? I feel like the timing doesn't matter, but obviously it matters to the director because the director directed it, and not only that, that same person wrote it, so there is meaning to it. Me looking at it as an audience member or whatnot, um, I don't know if it's necessary or not. Does it kill the story? Not really, but it does to me. It doesn't really add too much to it. But what do I know? I'm just reviewing it, and I do like the quarters as they put. When time goes by, you got your first, second, third, and fourth, and it's pretty good. I like how they do that. At the same time, though, I feel like it's not too I'm not saying it's not balanced. It's pretty balanced because I mean you got to give it to Gina. Like she had to put all her energy into writing a film like this, where you have all kinds of complexities happening, not only from one character but to two characters and the other characters that support it. And even those people are pretty good, like doing their job. I like the message that this film gives you, where fuck man, if you're in love, you're in love, and you gotta do something about it to either stay in love or fall out of love. And to me, one of the honestly, and I know other people can agree with me or follow with me on this, but the last scene is great. To me, it's a great scene. It's the fucking showdown, between these two people. And I mean, loving basketball, man. Like, put your heart out there, give it your all. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. To me, it works. I will say though, some of the dialogue in this film, it's a little questionable, you know. But for a debut, Gina did a great freaking job, you know. But that's just me. It's a film that deserves to be in the Criterion Collection. To be honest, it deserves to be in the fucking Golden Globes or Oscars. If it was up to me, this film would have been nominated for best screenplay and editing. The editing is pretty good because you really believe that these two actors playing these characters play pretty good basketball. So overall, I would give this film 3.5 tokes. 3.5 tokes. There it is. Everybody should see this film. It's a great film. It's a good film to watch with a couple, or just even if you're like a sports guy, or a guy who has a career, or family, and you want to see values, you want to see the pressures of life, from all kinds of backgrounds. This is a movie to watch. So overall, I would give this film 3.5 tokes. 3.5 tokes. There it is. Everybody should see this film. It's a great film. It's a good film to watch with a couple, or just even if you're like a sports guy, or a guy who has a career, or family, and you want to see values, you want to see the pressures of life, from all kinds of backgrounds. This is a movie to watch. My name is Ray Salazar. Follow me at Morning Shot Films, IG and YouTube, Morning Reel. This is the podcast where I talk about films of any genre, from any nationality, whether it's up to 3 minutes to 900 hours. I'm going to talk about it. Thank you.